So what it seems to me that what we have figured out so far is we have this, and then we have this. Sorry. And then we have this. Same thing but with it. And this comes back. So that's what I've heard so far. Are we pretty much in agreement with that? Good. So, okay, so let me back it up a little bit because it went a little past where we want to go. So this is the beginning. So, the tricky thing is to remember everything goes twice except the last one. But you're going to strum that chord twice as long to make up for that fact, right? So, okay, so you're pretty clear on that? Good, let's try playing that much.
The last.
The whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing. Okay.
No. You gotta repeat. Each one goes twice.
Oh.
Strum that on the strum part, on that last one, you're going to do twice as many.
Oh.
Because then after that, the whole thing starts all over again, exactly the same, except what?
Yeah.
Except there's another guitar playing that lead part. So the rhythm guitar that you're playing keeps doing exactly the same thing for a whole second time around. So you do everything twice, except that last lick, and then you do it again twice every time, okay? And at that point, then you have the intro totally down, and then you can start to do the chords. Now, I think I showed you the fingering for the chords, right?
Yes.
Do you remember? So the first chord you have to play is a C after the intro.
No, you guys didn't do the chords. You showed them some chords, but I don't even think C was one you talked about.
Okay, so let's do that for sure, in fact. So let's get a good view of this first. Okay, so there are actually only 4 chords in the song. They're all very common chords that you're going to use in many, many other songs as well, so they're very important to know. You may already know some of them. So the four chords are C, D, G, and A minor. Do you know how to do any of those?
I know A minor, D, and G.
Oh, perfect. Show me those guys, and I'll show you the C.
Is
Yes,
G.
good, excellent, very good.
And A minor is this one.
Just watch that. Be a little careful. That first finger, pointer finger, has to be down on the second string.
Oh.
That's better. Good.
And then
D.
D is this one.
Good. So C is the only one that you don't know, and it's not that hard. Your first finger is in the same place it is for A minor, first fret on the second string. Your second finger is on the fourth string, second fret. Your third finger has to stretch a little bit to the fifth string, third fret. And we're only going to play 5 strings when we play this chord. Now, try to get that third finger a little more on the tip so it doesn't mute, then you'll be engaged. Ah, there you go, much better. I hate the internet. Now, so one of the things, if you're paying close attention there, that you might notice is that the strum is not is kind of it's not very consistent. He's not doing the same thing each time. He mixes it up quite a bit. So what I'm going to say, what we're going to do is we're going to strum it like this: down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. As you get more, so 4 down, down, ups.
Okay.
So we start on the C chord. Good. Okay, so that was like 7. Let's just do 4. And then we're going to go to the D chord. It's going to be 4 of each. The whole song, the whole chord changes are all the same. So 4 of each. C to D, A minor, and G. And that's the first half. So let's do that much. Start on the C. Good. Oops, what's that first finger? That's better. So, watch that first finger. Boy, that first finger's lazy. A minor. Good. 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 So the second half of that goes D. C. Good. A minor. G. Good. And that whole sequence repeats, and that's the verse. So it's C. that part, okay? So once you get those two parts down, you really have the whole song down, other than a couple of the little lead things that happen. There's a little slide guitar thing in there too, but that's a ways off. We're not going to worry about slide guitar for quite a while. But if you get those parts that we just went through, you'll have the basic structure of the song
Cool.
down. Good. Okay. So, by the way, one of the things that, two things I want to compliment you on. First of all, when you have those chords going, your strum is a nice steady rhythm. It's really nice to hear because so many other students struggle with that. But you have a nice natural feel for the rhythm, and that's great. Also, your chord changes are pretty good. When I say pretty good, the only way reason I'm saying pretty good, not very, very good, is there's still a little bit, it's a little bit longer to make the change than you really want, but still very good. You're very close. You're almost right on the money. And in another week, once you've had a chance to actually practice those chord changes, it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. So very, very nice to hear. Okay? So I think we'll be done with the song in a week or two for sure.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yes, and you can chalk that up to having another song on your list, okay? And that also, by the way, that there's a couple things I want to talk about that, okay? So that means we're going to want to be thinking about the next song that we want to do. Now, because you're first starting out, there are going to be some songs that you might want to do that are going to be way too hard.
Yeah.
And if you give me an idea of some songs that you might like to learn, I can pick one that's not going to be too hard for you. And I'd rather, I mean, if you can't think of a song, I've got thousands of songs that I can teach you, that's not a problem. But I always feel like it's better if you pick the song, because if it's a song you really want to play, then you're going to work harder at it and you're going to do a better job. Okay? So if you can't think of anything, we have a couple